I have been reborn as a 3-year-old child. Now I can proudly say that I am the top brother in the nearby sections. Outside the gates of the Wuji sect, there are already crowds of people. The gift givers are coming one after another. Even the rooms are filled to capacity. And I am also hosting a grand feast within the section. At this moment, the 2 girls sitting across from me are looking at the senior sister from the Hehuan sect. I didn't expect them to come too. The renowned elder exquisite from the Hehuan sect. I didn't expect her to be here as well. There is a saying in the rivers and lakes that it is better to marry a brothel wife than to provoke an acacia girl. They are experts in charm techniques. No matter your cultivation level, you will be charmed by them. Not only that, their intelligence gathering capabilities are extraordinary as well. They can even infiltrate the royal family of the Great Zhou dynasty. Senior sister, does Elder Exquisite have any connection with our exquisite sect? No, she doesn't. They are just a group of licentious people showing off their lust. If they have the ability, they can try me. Master, please lower your voice. It will be bad if people hear you. I am at the 9th level of the godly realm. How could I be afraid of a woman? Judging from her cultivation, I'm afraid she's only in the early stage of the aperture realm. Senior Chi Xiaoxi, since all guests are here, it's better not to start a conflict. Let's give them some face and have some tea. Soon after, the elder from the Hehuan sect came to the side of the old man. He praised the old man. Hey senior, who has advanced cultivation and possesses peerless skills. How could I compare with you? We are just looking for a foothold in this troubled world, and I hope that senior can take care of us. It's still considered flattery coming from you, little girl. It's a pity that the senior feels inferior to the elders. In the eyes of the juniors, only the position of the sect head is worthy of you. Haha, this little girl speaks so pleasantly. Although I also feel worthy of the position of sect head. Just as the old man was laughing heartily, his disciple interrupted him. The old man was suddenly startled. What happened just now? Damn. How dare you mock me? You made me reveal what was on my mind. At this moment, I also make a dazzling appearance. Everyone is here, and my little Wuji sect is shining brightly. Greetings, new sect master. The girls see me, such a cute little child. Instantly, infatuation surged up, then everyone quickly stood up and greeted me. Wow, everyone's cultivation is so high. It seems that there is no one below the aperture realm. You are all my seniors, so you don't need to do this. Get up quickly. At this moment, the beautiful woman from the Hehuan sect couldn't believe it. This cultivation level, why does it look like the heartbeat realm? But he is only 3 years old. That's the imprint of the gathering of 3 flowers. That explains how a 3-year-old is in the heartbeat period. 3 flowers gather at the top, an immortal physique. It is also extremely rare in the fairy world. Those with this physique can sense special auras and have dozens of times the speed of cultivation. Jiang Yun, he really is your child. What a surprise. Just at this moment, she actually disappeared in front of me. It turns out this beauty came to the back mountain of the Wuji sect to meet my father. It is already an honor for everyone to come here when the Wuji sect is in great trouble. Keep this kindness in your heart. The sect master uses milk instead of wine to toast to all of you. Then everyone started to flatter me, and I transformed into an actor. What's the use of talking nicely? I don't like any of the things you gave me. As soon as this statement came out, everyone was speechless. Xinger next to me laughed secretly. Little sect master is so straightforward, but the gifts these people brought were really petty. Just at this moment, Yu Xiu, an elder from the Godfire sect, suddenly stood up. Sect Master Jian, those are just appetizers. A good gift is, of course, hand-delivered. I'm Yu Xiu, the elder of the Shinhua sect. I came to make friends with the Wuji sect in the name of the sect master. I quickly asked, then, what good things can the Shinhua sect bring? Elder Yu Xiu from the Godfire sect then took out a Millennium Blood Ganoderma. This thing is the Millennium Blood Ganoderma lucidum, taken out from the Eternal Blood Pool, and the vitality is still there. As long as it finds a suitable place it can still grow. Hearing that the vitality is still there, I was also very excited. The effect of the Blood Ganoderma lucidum, I don't think I need to talk too much, right? It's still alive? This group of mortals only know the treasure of the Blood Ganoderma, but they don't know that the most rare thing is that the vitality is still there. Using the law of time in the mysterious space, I can easily turn it into 10,000 years or even 100,000 years. This thing contains violet blood energy and directly swallowing it can improve at least 3 levels of cultivation. If other medicines are assisted to refine the pill, you can directly break through a realm. Uncle Yu, I like your gift very much. This gift is great for Xinger. But just at this moment, a young man suddenly stood up, saying that he wanted the Blood Ganoderma, and mocking that I, a little child, was not worthy of possessing such a thing. Before I was reborn as a 3-year-old cutie, I was at least the sword venerable of the immortal world. I didn't expect that today. I would be insulted by a cultivator of a lower realm. This small punk arrogantly said, "This blood Ganoderma is of great use to me. I advise you to behave. If I am angry, the one in trouble is your Wuji sect." I looked displeased and said, "Holy shit, are the lower world cultivators that arrogant? Whose kid is this stupid? I am the 8th generation disciple of the lone sword god, Xianyuan Cheng. I don't care about the sword god. How can my stuff be taken by you with just one sentence?" Xinger muttered to herself on the side, "How arrogant. This is outrageous. No wonder he has such an attitude. He is the disciple of the sword god Lone Fang. If I was in the peak of outbody stage at 15 years old, I might be more arrogant." I asked in confusion, "Is this lone sword god that powerful?" Xinger explained fearfully, "The world's first sword god. One of the many geniuses of the imperial realm, aloof and murderous. He only takes in a disciple every 300 years. At present, he has already taken in 8 disciples. But do you know why everyone is saying that Xianyuan Cheng is his only disciple? He takes in a disciple every 300 years. After 300 years, he will duel with his disciple. Winner lives and the loser dies. The rules are that simple. And Dugu Sword God has won 7 rounds in a row, which also means he has single-handedly killed 7 of his disciples. How weird. I like it. Ahem, all of you. Don't be so gossipy in a public place." "So what? Did your master not teach you not to touch other people's belongings? Have you never heard of propriety, justice, and integrity?" The girl on the side laughed and said, "Senior sister, this small sect master is quite protective of his belongings. But everyone present is no match for Xianyuan Cheng. Who can do anything about him?" Xianyuan Cheng looked proud. "I know that this item is very precious. I can give you some pills to improve your cultivation, better than wasting it in your hands." I waved my hand. "So what if I use it to cook a soup? I just don't want to give it to you. Piss you off. What you are relying on is only your transitional period cultivator's backing. My master is of the same cultivation level. Do you think that he will go against the legendary sword god just for you? Stop dreaming. Do you think all of these people are here to make friends with you? They just want to fawn on the powerful master. Don't take yourself too seriously, kid. Why do you want to say such things out loud? Everyone already knows it in their heart, but just does not want to say it out only. No wonder all the gifts sent by everyone are so casual. So this is why. Small sect master, we are all earnestly congratulating you. This is not only a precious blood spirit mushroom, this is also full of my Godfire sect's sincerity." Then, disciples from various sects stood up and said that their sect also had treasures to offer. "It's my turn next. Please have a clear look, little sect master." My eyes sparkled. "Is it true? Is everyone sincere? That's great." Xinger, remember all the gifts they just mentioned. This blood Ganoderma is a gift that the old one offers to Wuji sect. If I take it back, where's our face? There is a reason why I want the blood spirit mushroom. When my master traveled around the 9 provinces, he was once attacked by 10 peak combined body stage cultivators. Although my master killed all of them, he also lost his essence blood and has not yet been able to heal. 10 great combined body stage cultivators all killed by him? What kind of unbelievable cultivation is this? If he has this blood spirit mushroom, I dare not say his cultivation will improve further, but at least the loss of essence blood can be made up. This is the reason. Is this kid stupid? He actually revealed such a secret. Give me the blood Ganoderma. Give me the blood spirit mushroom from Master Dugu Fang. Sorry, although we respect old senior Dugu very much. As soon as the words were spoken, Xianyuan Cheng drew his sword, placing it at Yushio's neck. It must be said that Godfire sect's elder, Yushio, is quite a tough person, refusing to yield even with a sword at his neck. On the other side, my father is actually chatting with the elder of Hihuan sect, and from their conversation, it seems like they vaguely mentioned my mother. And in the Wuji sect's main hall, Xianyuan Cheng shouted arrogantly, "The audacity of Godfire sect, daring to refuse me? Are you not afraid of annihilation?" Suddenly, a voice came, "What an audacious claim to annihilate my entire section. Xianyuan Cheng, you have a big mouth." Then, with a swoosh, 2 long swords flew towards Xianyuan Cheng from behind. "Who dares to attack me? Would you dare to say those words in the sacred grounds?" I looked at the ground. These 2 weapons seemed familiar. At this moment, 2 of my newly recruited junior disciples came to the rescue. Everyone was shocked. Lu Tao, the 2-finger deity, and Wen Ting, jade-faced scholar. These 2 are famous disciples of Dingchan Temple. Meanwhile, Xianyuan Cheng, this little trash, is still shouting, mocking my 2 junior disciples. He advised them not to meddle in other people's affairs. This remark made the 2 of them laugh heartily. "I wonder where you get your sense of superiority from. You actually dared to show off in front of us. Oh my, little brother, you're quite impressive. You let down your bangs and I almost didn't recognize you." My 2 little brothers are quite efficient. They managed to style their hair and rush here in such a short time. I asked Xinger what the sacred place they mentioned earlier was. It's a place that cultivators from all over the world aspire to go to. Legend has it that it's the place closest to the gods, and my two little brothers are quite knowledgeable about it. They walked forward and kneeled down to greet the Wuji sect's leader. This scene shocked everyone. What level of existence is Dingchan Temple? They actually kneeled before the leader of Wuji sect. My little brothers were secretly delighted. Bunch of idiots. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, who would believe that this 3-year-old kid in front of me is the powerhouse they were talking about? The two of you came from afar as guests. Please get up quickly. But this Xian Yuancheng is really arrogant. He even dared to point his sword at them and threatened that whoever dares to stop him from taking the blood Ganoderma would bear the consequences. Then he emitted a golden light from his body that I have never seen before. Such an arrogant person. Everyone present was scared and sweating coldly. Then Xian Yuancheng, this little trash, actually made the first move. Oh my god. It's Du Gu's signature skill, Dawn. Today, the blood Ganoderma is within my grasp. Take my sword. But Wen Ting casually blocked Xian Yuancheng's attack with the fan in his hand. It's the Great Sun Vajra Mantra, Dingchan Temple's top skill. It is said that many cultivators in the temple are unable to learn it in their whole lives. Wen Ting was afraid of damaging Wuji sect's hall, so he invited Xian Yuancheng to fight in the courtyard. Then the two of them flew towards the courtyard. Everyone was very excited and rushed to watch this rare battle. And I sat on Elder Chen's shoulder, watching as my little brother Wen Ting easily defeated Xian Yuancheng. Xian Yuancheng used his 3 ultimate skills, Sky Slaughter, Ghost Whistle, and Phantom Slash, and attacked Wen Ting. With a loud shout, Wen Ting summoned a golden bell that protected him from Xian Yuancheng's fierce attacks, leaving cracks on the bell. Not bad, little brother. But now, watch my Dawn Wind and Waning Moon. I couldn't help but laugh at these over-the-top skills. Under Xian Yuancheng's full-force attack, the golden bell finally shattered with a loud bang. As Xian Yuancheng's sword was about to pierce Wen Ting's chest, he suddenly stopped. Why can't I move? Wen Ting approached him slowly, making Xian Yuancheng break out in cold sweat. Xinger transformed into a fangirl and said to Wen Ting, "You're really powerful and handsome." Wen Ting responded disdainfully, "You only know that the Great Sun Vajra Mantra is a very strong defensive skill, but you don't know that it is also a domain skill. My cultivation can only allow my domain to be 1 foot in front of me. I am undefeated within 1 foot. This is an upper world skill. I once saw a deity friend place his domain over an entire city, and with just a thought, he could massacre the city." Despite being beaten, Xian Yuancheng continued to be arrogant. "How dare you act so arrogantly with your current strength? Today, let me teach you a lesson on behalf of your master." Provoked, Xian Yuancheng seemed to have a terrifying existence sealed within his body. Oh, it's getting serious. A powerful seal in his body broke. Xian Yuancheng's face twisted into a fierce expression, and his whole body emitted a horrifying red aura. A roar echoed throughout the Wuji sect. Oops, I accidentally opened the restriction in his body. At this moment, a young man full of fantasies was very excited. Xian Yuancheng actually has an ancient evil dragon sealed within him. So cool. Wait, something's not right. This aura is unfamiliar. I've never seen this kind of dragon before. Could it be that Senior Sword Saint had some unexpected encounter somewhere? Xian Yuancheng took a deep breath. Lu Tao realized the situation was not good and quickly warned Wen Ting to get out of the way. The next second, Xian Yuancheng spewed out clumps of red flames from his mouth. I also felt a sense of impending danger and quickly summoned my protective treasure. I don't know if I can catch up in time. Is this guy a maniac? The power of these flames is on par with heavenly tribulation lightning. How to handle this? I can't stop it at all. With a bang, the flames exploded instantly. Damn it, did I still miss it? This is the little fanboy I just recruited. Seeing Wen Ting being swallowed by flames, Lu Tao, who was standing next to him, was stunned in place. No, this can't be true. It's over. The disciples of Dingchan Temple are in trouble in our Wuji sect. We're done for. After a moment, when the flames disappeared, Wen Ting surprisingly seemed to be unharmed. I looked puzzled. Who saved my little fanboy? Only a huge shadow appeared above the Wuji sect. Wu Liang, heavenly deity, the righteousness of the earth and the heavens lives on. You evil demons and filth. Surprisingly, it is Yunshuan Daoist of Taihao Immortal Sect. But this skill seems to be infringing. You little trash. Let me annihilate you with 1 finger. With a bang, Xian Yuancheng was pressed tightly by the huge finger. Despite being crushed by others, the old man still arrogantly interfered in other people's business. I will tear you to pieces. Then, with a teleport, he broke free from the bondage and rushed towards Yunshuan with all his strength. I am going to tear you in half today. You, a younger brother, dared to cause trouble in Wuji sect. I will teach you a lesson. Yunshuan slapped Xian Yuancheng away with 1 palm, to be able to make me use the legendary skill of Taihao Immortal Sect. This will be the greatest glory of your life. Taihao Immortal Sect's Yun Swan specially came to pay respects to the senior today. Then Yun Swan deactivated the battle mode. Since someone helped me solve the trouble, I'll go out and greet them. The little sect master is also from the Holy Land. Judging from his cultivation level, he is probably second only to your master who crossed the tribulation. Then Lu Tao helped Wen Ting up. What happened just now? I originally wanted to use true words to educate him, but I didn't expect that there was a seal of an ancient evil dragon inside him. True words unexpectedly became the key to unlock the seal. How is this possible? Our Dingchan Temple's secret technique, how did it become the key to unlock the seal? I secretly sneaked into the scripture pavilion and discovered this sealing technique while my master was in seclusion. This sealing technique is called the strongest on the earth because it requires the 3 sects to work together to cast it. Even if it's a god deity, it can also be sealed. And this seal can only be broken in one way. That is the Great Multiplication Heart Sutra of our Dingchan Temple. Are you saying that this person has a monster with a power close to a god sealed in his body? Luckily, my cultivation is not enough, so I only managed to unravel a small part of the seal. Otherwise, today would have turned into a great disaster. Wen Ting, Lu Tao, are you both okay? Thanks to Senior Yun Swan for saving our lives. My friend and I are not seriously injured. That's good. If something had happened to you, I wouldn't be able to explain it to your master. Yun Swan has reached the peak of the crossing tribulation stage, but I have never been able to penetrate this rotten game of chess to reach the celestial realm. I hope this senior will give me some guidance and clear up my confusion. So, you have come to seek help. Well, I am the head of the Wuji sect. The person who crossed the tribulation is indeed my master. What do you want to ask? Did you bring any gifts this time? If this senior can help me with my doubts, then this exquisite chess game here will be the gift. Wait a minute, isn't this the treasure that I threw into the mortal realm when I ascended to the immortal realm in my previous life? I didn't expect this old man to get hold of it. In my previous life, I was a peerless sword immortal who ascended to the immortal realm. When I ascended to the immortal realm with my sword and opened the door to heaven, I threw all my treasures into the mortal realm just in case, including fragments of my divine consciousness. Now, I have been reborn as a 3-year-old child with the help of these fragments of divine consciousness. And unexpectedly, today I encountered the treasure that I threw into the mortal realm. At this moment, the teenager said, it's actually the treasure that guards Taihao Immortal Sect. Yun Swan, you really have a generous gift. Young master, here is the law enforcement elder of Taihao Immortal Sect, with profound cultivation, known as a divine immortal in the mortal realm. I quickly praised Yun Swan while secretly making calculations in my heart. Yun Swan also modestly praised me for reaching the heart movement stage at the age of 3, saying that I will surely soar to the sky in the future. The teenage boy in his delusional phase was surprised when he heard that I had already reached the heart movement stage. He exclaimed that if he had the exquisite chessboard to assist him, breaking through the heavenly gate in the future would no longer be difficult. I pretended to inquire about the origin of this chessboard. The teenage boy in his delusional face told me that it was approximately 1,000 years ago when a treasure from the heavens descended and caused various sects to compete for it. In the end, the Dingchan Temple seized the Universe Pearl and became one of the strongest sects in the central continent. The Taihao Immortal Sect obtained the exquisite chessboard and became the #1 sect in the world. The Lord of the City of Heavenly Pride obtained those 3 rings and changed them into 3 pagodas for people to cultivate. Anyone who achieves a ranking in the once-in-a-decade Middle Kingdom Heavenly Pride ranking will be allowed to enter the inner cultivation, and the Heavenly Devil Sword fell into the hands of the evil sect of Holy Fire. Later on, this backfired as the Holy Fire sect's congregation had turned into bloodthirsty monsters and were besieged by several sects, causing them to retreat to the Western Death Swamp. Presumably, Taoist Yun Swan's cultivation technique was derived from the chessboard. Yes, but unfortunately, my aptitude is mediocre, and my comprehension is not even 1/10 of what's inside the chessboard. So, I came to visit today with the intention of comprehending the chessboard along with the master of the young master. Uncle Yun, you've come at an inconvenient time. My master has gone into seclusion to cultivate after crossing the tribulation, and I don't know when he will come out. How about this, Uncle Yun, let's talk in detail inside the hall. Then I led Yun Swan into the hall. Yun Swan asked his master at this moment, did he comprehend anything during the tribulation? I made up an excuse to avoid answering directly. Then I instructed Xinger to serve tea to Yun Swan and told her to stay by his side at all times. At this moment, Yun Swan was still guessing and even said that my non-existent master may have already refined into a divine body. At this moment, Xinger approached him. Yun Swan realized that this maid was not ordinary. The ancient book recorded in the body unexpectedly contains the spiritual platform square inch. Those with this constitution can absorb spiritual energy into their bodies at any time, and the speed of absorption is almost 100 times that of ordinary people. This is definitely a cheat skill. Now even my spiritual energy is involuntarily being absorbed into her body. Once this woman steps into cultivation, she will definitely achieve a realm above the Emperor's level and ascend to the immortal realm. In just a short moment, she has already used my spiritual energy as a foundation. He's really cunning, taking advantage of his small size and his big ambition. I understand now. The cause of all this may be this maid. Taking this child as a disciple is just to divert attention so that no one will notice this maid. Well, I'll just do a favor for the situation. On the other side, the great Zhou Emperor, accompanied by his barbaric daughter, arrived at the foot of the Wuji Sect's mountain. Then he instructed the national teacher with a task. Since ancient times, in order to prevent death, those who have crossed the tribulation would all rip off a piece of their divine sense. By finding the piece of divine sense, you can control the person. At the foot of the Wuji Sect's mountain, the great Zhou national preceptor took out a very disgusting disc, which made the great Zhou princess look disgusted. Then the old man started reciting an incantation to activate the disc, but the next moment, the little ghost in the disc yelled, "Who's there? Hiding and sneaking around?" The hidden guard in the distance felt uneasy. This old man's perception is so strong. Before he could react, the old man appeared in front of him the next moment. Such fast speed, better retreat quickly. Then he used his own unique skill, Ghost Shadow Vanishing Step, and saw numerous clones scattering in all directions. The old man smirked and said, "Daring to show off your insignificant tricks in front of me." A rope flew out from his long sleeve and directly tied up the hidden guard. "You really don't know your place. Dare to come and monitor us." Inside the Wuji sect, I have been discussing some useless matters with Yun Xuan all along, just to let Xinger absorb more spiritual energy by his side. But at this moment, Yun Xuan has a look of disappointment on his face and says, "Young master, I think some things should be done in moderation. Don't go too far." Nowadays, Xinger has already advanced from the Qi condensation realm all the way to the fusion realm. This is truly an incredible cultivation cheat. This old guy's spiritual energy is indeed pure enough. I didn't expect Xinger to reach the fusion realm in such a short time. There's still a long way to go. Let's spare this old guy for today and let him recover first. Xinger can absorb enough later. Xinger, since Uncle Yun doesn't like you serving by my side, you should go back first. At this moment, Yun Xuan finally breathed a sigh of relief. Finally gone. If he didn't leave, my spiritual energy would have been sucked dry. Xinger, didn't you see that Uncle Yun's teacup is empty? Go refill it quickly. Upon hearing this, Yun Xuan made a gesture of refusal. Just in case, Yun Xuan directly smashed the teacup. "No need to trouble, young master. I'll quit drinking tea from now on." At this moment, a voice came saying that the great Zhou dynasty's monarch has come to pay respects. Everyone else quickly left. Yun Xuan was also surprised to see the old man in front of him. Elder son whispered to me, saying that the monarch of the great Zhou dynasty has come personally and we should take it seriously. So, I told everyone in the hall that the monarch has come today for an important matter and I won't keep you all. Everyone left tactfully. Then I grabbed Yun Xuan's hand and asked him to accompany me. "You are truly cute. Alright, I'll go with you, but let me remind you, young master, people in the Imperial City are best at playing mind games. No matter what conditions they propose later, be cautious. Don't agree to anything." When I saw the great Zhou dynasty's emperor coming to visit, my two little fans were also confused. Why did the Xian Yuan Guangsu also come? I am the current sect leader of Wuji sect. I suppose your majesty also came to look for my master, right? Unfortunately, my master is in seclusion and cannot receive guests. This is unexpected. I heard that the Wuji sect suffered heavy losses from an attack by evil cultivators. I hope the gifts I brought can help revitalize Wuji sect. Moreover, just now when I came up the mountain, I happened to capture an undercover evil cultivator in Wuji sect. Perhaps it can help the young sect leader resolve his doubts. What is the real reason for the attack on Wuji sect? At this moment, I am filled with indignation. This person in my memory was my father's subordinate. How could he be an evil cultivator? Could it be that when my father was young, he infiltrated the evil cult as a spy? It must be so. This person must have been subjugated by my father during his undercover period. There is only one truth. That is, my dad seduced the saintess of the evil cult. Like my handsome father, he can be said to be the dream lover of countless girls, while infiltrating the evil cult as an undercover agent to steal secrets. His identity was discovered by the saintess of the evil cult during a fight, and his mask accidentally fell off. Attracted by my dad's charming face at first sight, they fell in love. Forget about the rules and identities. My handsome father took advantage of the situation, and successfully pursued the saintess of the evil cult. Afterward, the two of them wandered the world together. Yes, it must be like this. How dare they beat up my people like this? It's unforgivable. I'll find an opportunity to teach them a lesson. At this moment, the princess of the Great Zhou noticed me. Is this the sect leader of Wuji sect? So small. Can you even sit in that sect leader's seat? You, big sister, are so annoying, the royal advisor said. This is our country's Princess Huang Yu. Yun Xuan was greatly surprised. It's actually Yu'er. It seems that Yun Xuan has some relationship with this princess. Only to see Princess Huang Yu embrace me tightly. And my two little fans behind me looked at me with admiration. The young sect leader is amazing. Then the royal advisor announced the gifts brought by the Great Zhou royal family. 10,000 taels of gold and 10,000 bolts of silk. All kinds of exotic stones. 333 pieces. 5,000 top-grade sword weapons. Another 100 Shen-grade techniques. 10 Earth-grade techniques. All kinds of pills. A total of 3,333 bottles. This gift is clearly helping Wuji sect rebuild its section. These things that were sent over, we can easily establish a top-notch sect with them. The elders looked at so many valuable gifts. Their hearts were already blooming with joy. Look at you, with no ambition, just with these meager gifts. You kneel. They are all just trash. Completely useless. Meager gifts? How dare you speak like that, little guy? Then Xian Yuan Kuang Su expressed his intention. He took out a hero invitation from his sleeve. Yun Xuan said, "So this is the purpose of your visit today." I asked Yun Xuan what this hero invitation was. That's not just any hero invitation. It's a hasten death talisman. In the depths of the Great Zhou royal family's underground lies an ancient tomb. For years, the Great Zhou has invited top cultivators from all over the world to explore it together. But all these people have disappeared without a trace. And my senior brother is one of the victims. So they wanted to set me up. So I said to the Lord, then I refuse on behalf of my master. Then I asked Elder Chen to take the Lord's men away and asked them to return all the gifts. But this arrogant princess actually said I don't know what's good for me. Even Xian Yuan Kuang Su doesn't take me seriously. It's really irritating. Then the Great Zhou national teacher taunted, "Correct, Yun Shan. Why do you worry about other people's matters? Furthermore, what if your senior brother is just addicted to the tomb and does not want to return?" Hero invitation widely invited the world's heroes. Unfortunately, there is no Yun Shan. Do you know why? Because you don't deserve it. I have to say, this old man is really asking for trouble. Yun Xuan was so angry that he exploded on the spot. You old bastard. Today, watch me teach you a lesson. In the next second, he'll directly press the old man to the ground and rub him against it. It seems that our grievances will be resolved today. The shameless old man shouted, Yun Shan. It seems that you still haven't let go of what happened back then. Huh? Yun Xuan looked angry and said, let go? Back then, I broke the heavenly gate with one sword and was about to ascend. But you attacked me when I was not prepared, costing me my chance of ascending. Blocking my path to ascension is the same as killing my parents. How can I forget? How can I let go? The battle between the two of them was intense. The arrogant princess asked the king, I didn't expect the national teacher to have done such a bad thing back then. The national teacher was chased by Yun Xuan for 20 years before finally seeking refuge with us. I quickly told Elder Son to put away the ring. Elder Son looked confused. Young master, wasn't I supposed to return it just now? I told him that if there's a chance to gain an advantage without any cost, we shouldn't miss it. Although these things are of no use to me, they are still very useful to the sect. When I saw their battle, I suddenly thought of a mischievous idea, so I held Xinger's hand and ran over. The old man tried to dodge while explaining that ascending was a complete scam and that he was actually trying to save him at that time. How could Yun Xuan believe such nonsense? I saw his aura getting stronger and stronger. It seems that today we must come to a decisive battle. The old man looked at Xian Yuan Kuang Su beside him and had no intention of making a move. So he stopped holding back as well. Since you are so stubborn, then I won't be polite either. I saw the collision of two energies, and their battle even showed signs of triggering tribulation. Xian Yuan Kuang Su said to Yu'er, you have to watch carefully now. The duel between powerhouses crossing tribulation is not common. I saw the two of them preparing for a big battle, but I didn't expect the next battle between them to be like children playing house. The arrogant princess on the side was completely confused. Is this what battles between powerhouses crossing tribulation look like? The two of them only realized now that something had happened. What happened to my wave? When Yun Xuan noticed me and Xinger behind him, he finally realized what was going on. I knew it was definitely this kid's doing. I saw me taking on the role of a cheering crowd on the side, cheering for Yun Xuan. Yun Xuan looked embarrassed. Now it's difficult to get off the tiger. I'm really unwilling to show weakness in front of this guy. I was too careless today. I forgot that I was tricked by this kid just now. Not only did I cheer for Yun Xuan, I even cheered for the old man. I didn't offend either side. Both of them, cheer on. Today, all the damaged items in the venue were paid for by my Wuji sect. Just at this moment, I was suddenly pulled up by the arrogant princess. So, it was you, little brat, who was instigating behind the scenes. Come clean, what are you up to? I said with a face full of grievances. Big sister, you're so fierce, I'm scared. Jiangziki, you're a troublemaker. It's all because of you. At this moment, Xing'er ran over. What are you trying to do? Let go of the young master. But the arrogant princess actually slapped Xing'er away with a single palm. At that moment, I erupted in anger. How dare you lay a hand on my Xing'er? Even if you're a princess, so what? At this moment, everyone's eyes turned towards me. It seems that the royal family really doesn't regard my master highly. Xian Yuan Kuang-su quickly came out to mediate and asked me to put away my magical powers first. But the arrogant princess showed no signs of remorse. Is it not just me injuring a maid? Can't I just pay her back with some pills later? We brought so many precious treasures, full of sincerity. Instead of being grateful, how can you guys still remain so arrogant? I looked indifferent and said, sincerity? Ho ho, did you think I wouldn't know about the dirty things you guys have done below the mountains? If my master doesn't listen to you, are you planning to threaten him with his spirit flower next? The old man and Xian Yuan Kuang-su were shocked. How did he know? Xian Yuan Kuang-su quickly explained, but the arrogant princess kept slapping his face and even planned to use it as leverage. I told the arrogant princess, if you dare, today will be your burial place.